Welcome to the Art of Braids. I am your host, Karyne Tenard, and this is the art of braids, right? And so today's topic is about taking care of braids and the benefits of how to prolong your styles. So, and basically the best practices for getting the longevity out of your braids, right? As you can see, I have my cornrows in. They're very, very small. I'm able to put it up. Um, but it's getting a little fuzzy. What I want you to understand is as braiders or as someone who might be doing their own hair or doing someone's hair, like their child or something like that, besides clients, it is very important to not use gel when you are refreshing your hair or trying to maintain it. Okay, why? If you're using gel on the front of your hair, of course, you're going to end up with a buildup. Buildup leads to basically blocking any type of nutrients, oils, greases, everything like that to get into your scalp. Your scalp is where your hair follicles lie. And so if they're not getting the nutrients they need, it's really hard for it to kind of travel through the entire shaft of the strand and hydrate the whole thing. Leads to breakage, right? And so if you're going to use something to maintain your hair, best thing to use is mousse. If you're going to I would say use a satin cap or a satin hair scarf. However, we all know at the end of the night, if you put a head tie on your head, it is gone in the morning. Like you'd be like, where did it go? It's hanging off, it's on the floor, it's somewhere. And so that's why people suggest getting satin pillowcases because at least if even if it falls off, you'll still have some type of protection. So as you can see, my hair has been in for almost a month. Um, is it almost a month? No, it can't be that long. Oh my God, time flies, right? So I have with me a little bit of pattern. It's a mousse. I'm gonna use that. And while we're talking, I'm gonna just use that in the places where I feel like they're gonna need something to lay down. So mousse helps with lay down with what you're here to lay down. I mean, those who are just listening and not really seeing the visuals right now, I have it all on my head. So mainly where I want most people will use edge control to kind of like put their baby hairs down. I use that for mousse, right? Because what do we use when we're trying to do finger waves, things like that? We use mousse, right? And so to make that lay down, I got a little scarf with me. You just use that while I'm gonna do it shorter. And you just use that to kind of secure your hair while you're walking around the house. I mean, you can actually go outside like this while you're getting ready for an event or something like that. Um, yeah, so I have that. Boom, boom. That is all you need. Some mousse. And at the end of this, I will take it off so I can show you how laid it actually makes the hair instead of using gel. And of course, with anything, do less is more. You don't want to keep putting mousse on. Allow your hair to do what it naturally does. But again, there's also with the takedown. A lot of people who have box braids, knotless braids, I've heard a whole bunch of horror stories about people um, looking at YouTube, like, how do I retouch my hair? Because they don't want to spend extra money going to get their hair completely redone. Sometimes your stylist can do a retouch, but please understand a retouch means as a braider, do not retouch your hair or retouch your client's hair by using gel to twist it up and make it look a little bit tighter. What you are doing is turning it into a lock. Okay. Um, Locks are made that way. When you twist it, interlock it, I've seen certain techniques, and all I could do is feel a little bit of cringe inside because I know that the aftermath of that gel drying up and that hair locking in place is going to be a problem for the takedown when they're really ready to take their hair out. And so there's going to be a lot of breakage. There's going to be a lot of maybe bald spots, things like that. And people will be like, "Oh my God, my hair is very sensitive." As your hair grow out, it's going to pull. So the more you add weight to it, especially around the perimeters, it's going to be a problem. So the best thing when you want to retouch, if your hair has already been in for a month and a half and you're like, "I want to retouch," take out only the first row or first two rows of your hair. Use dry shampoo to clean it out and then redo the braids. It's not as costly as it would be if you were to do a full head. And it would save you so much pain. And basically retraining your hair or regrowing your hair because of damage that will come from twisting it and trying to get it to stay fresh. After doing your perimeter and a little bit of the front of the person's hair, um, they're good to go. It looks almost brand new. They can put it up to hide the rest of their hair, or they could leave it down if you do them a little bit of the middle, of the top of their head, and that's it. So those are the only ways that you can get the longevity of braids. Any way other than that of using gel, doing retwisting it. The only time you retwist is if you're doing locks. If you're already doing locks, then that's how you do it. You retwist it, but you do not do that for box braids or not braids. Please educate your client. As anybody who is doing their child hair, you don't want to deal with the aftermath of listening to YouTube at university, and that person does not have a license, right? I am certified, I'm licensed cosmetologist in New York State, and I've witnessed so many people who say, "Oh, I've had hair loss in the front of my hair, um, and it's thinning, but these are the things that I have done." So when I ask questions like, "Oh, so how have you been retouching your hair and stuff like that?" And they would say, "Oh, I just did a twist and stuff like that and put it up." And yeah, there goes why your hair isn't growing. And so if y'all have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to take this out because you know my solos be short and sweet and straight to the point. And as I take down my hair, see, my hair is laid and it looks fresh. So there you go. You're good to go. All you need is a little bit of mousse and a headscarf, a little bit of time, and boom. And if you really want to get all technical and you want it to be a little design, you can still do that with the mousse, just like people would do with, again, finger waves. You can pass the comb how you want it and then put the head tie on. I usually just put it down so it can naturally fall how it would. So that's it. Thank you again for joining me on the Art of Braids. I'm your host, Karyne Tenard, and next week we have Ali Parker for Play Braids, all the way from Florida. So check out that next episode. But for now, make sure you tune into this one. Have a good one.